Nobody tells you this about being strong. It doesn't feel heroic. It doesn't feel powerful. Most of the time, it just feels lonely. People think strength looks like confidence, like control, like having your life together. But that's not how it actually feels when you're the strong one. It feels like being the person everyone leans on without anyone asking you how you're holding up. I didn't choose to be strong. I adapted. There's a difference. When life teaches you early that nobody's coming to save you, you don't become strong because you want to. You become strong because it's the only option that keeps you moving. Out here on the road, strength is expected. You keep going. You handle it. You don't complain. And I'm good at that. Too good. Because after a while, people stop checking on you. They assume you're fine. They assume you've got it handled. They assume you don't need anything. And the truth is, that assumption starts to bleed into how you see yourself. I've noticed something about my own life. When things get heavy, I don't reach out. I don't vent. I don't unload. I go quiet. Not because I don't have anything to say, but because I don't want to burden anyone. That's the dark side of being strong. You learn to disappear politely. There was a night not too long ago where that hit me. No crisis, just a moment where I realized I hadn't told anyone how tired I really was. Not physically tired, that kind passes. I'm talking about the tired that sits behind your eyes, the kind that makes you feel older than your age. And I caught myself thinking, why don't I ever say anything? Then the answer showed up right behind that thought. Because strength taught me that if I speak up, I might not be allowed to rest. Strength taught me that if I show weakness, I might lose respect. Strength also taught me that being needed is safer than being known. That's a dangerous trade, because when people only see your strength, they stop seeing you. They see what you can provide, what you can handle, what you can absorb. And slowly, you stop letting anyone close enough to notice when you're cracking. I've talked before about my past, about growing up fast. When you learn early that your emotions don't change outcomes, you stop expressing them. You become efficient. You become reliable. You become solid. And everybody applauds that version of you, but nobody asks what it cost. Being strong teaches you to sit with pain quietly, to keep your posture straight while something inside you is bending, to tell yourself others have it worse until you convince yourself your own weight doesn't count. That's not resilience. That's isolation wearing a badge. I had a moment recently where someone asked me a simple question. They said, "How are you really doing?" And my mouth opened and nothing came out. Not because I didn't know the answer, because I'd never practiced saying it out loud. That scared me more than being tired, because it made me realize something. If you're always the strong one, you don't get rescued. You get relied on. And resilience feels a lot like love, until you need help yourself. Here's the part nobody talks about. Strength can keep you alive and still keep you alone. It can get you through hard years and cost you connection in the process. And the longer you carry it by yourself, the heavier it gets. I'm not saying strength is bad. It saved me. It shaped me. But I'm learning this. Strength doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means knowing when you don't have to. If you're the strong one in your family, in your job, in your circle, I want you to hear this clearly. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to ask for help. You're allowed to put the armor down sometimes. Not forever, just long enough to breathe. Because real strength isn't how much you can carry. It's knowing you don't have to carry everything by yourself.